Hi, my Scorpio friends. Hi, and welcome to your reading. I'm Simone, psychic, medium, and tarot reader. So, I hope you will enjoy the reading, and please remember that time is fluid. So, let's see, Spirit, what you want to say to our lovely Scorpio friends. Please, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please tell us what we should be looking out for. So, feels like you guys are in for another change. And this could be affecting your luck. Let's see if it's for better or worse. But right now I feel it's affecting the way that you are receiving things. So, Spirit, once more, just a quick shuffle. Please show us what Scorpio needs to be aware of right now. Let's see. So, judgment. Okay, it did feel, Scorpio, like you're looking at a situation and you're trying to be impartial. I think you're also going very much internal, and you may be quite critical at the moment of yourself and somebody else. You may feel like you've said more than you should have, even that you couldn't help yourself, but it just came out. How harsh was it, Scorpio? Well, we know that you can be quite straightforward, let's say, without necessarily thinking of sparing the other person or people involved. I think on maybe you've been accused, even some of you have been accused of not behaving properly, not imparting the right information. Maybe you've been accused of something and you don't feel that that's in order. It's not right. It's not how you intended anything. It's not what you did, how it's actually being presented back to you. So you may be feeling like you're being misjudged. Here we see you put a lot of effort in to your love life, to your relationship, and it's being called out. And you're thinking to yourself, but why, when I've done so much? Can't you see what I've done? And you're looking back at what's happened, and you still can't come to a conclusion of why things arrived at this point. You just can't see it. You can't understand your partner. I think some of you have called out a partner who's been either seeing somebody else or has been doing something behind your back. You've now found out. They're judging you, however. And then you're looking back and judging yourself, and how did you get into this mess? So I do feel you're around somebody who's, I'm sorry to say it, but sneaky, who can't tell the truth. It's just not possible. I think some of you are connected to a person who is much more comfortable lying, and even small things, like silly things that you wouldn't need to make up stories about. But I do think you're around somebody, Scorpio, who's able to do that, who's able to bend the truth. Like they may say, you may ask, did you get home? at around 5:30, and they may say to you, oh yeah, I was home around 5:30, when in fact they were home at 5:45, and it's like 5:30, 5:45, no difference. So why do they say, yeah, home at 5:30, when they weren't, when there wasn't any need to change the truth, really? Oh goodness, let's see what wants to come out for you guys. Let's just see. So the upright card, we have the, so you're either dealing with somebody younger, or there's an immaturity, or the situation is just developing now. It's not mature. We've got worries around emotions and money, feeling cared for. We have a sense of maturity on the one side, emotional maturity, and on the other side we've got immaturity, or a younger person with insecurities in the way they feel about themselves. And here you are, both of you, caught in the hanged man situation. So you're kind of both suspended. You're stuck. You're in a situation, both of you, where you can't really quite move left, right, forwards, backwards. You're almost stuck, so that you need to work this out between the two of you, so that you can move on into the future. So this could be a moment when you're both looking at and judging each other's actions, how you're speaking to one another, judging that as well, judging maybe one drinks too much, one doesn't drink too much, and so therefore that could be causing problems. You may find that there are actual real practical differences about your personalities and how they blend together. It may also be here, by the way, that one or two of you are caught up in an affair, one or two of you Scorpios, and this person is just somebody irresistible to you. However much you try and say no, you can't. You can't. And this could have been going on for 3 or 4 months, perhaps just before lockdown or during the time of lockdown. You've had contact with somebody that's important to you. You don't want to let go of them, but neither can you move forwards with them, so you are feeling really stuck. Some of you. Others of you are stuck because you are in between jobs, feeling like you want to blow everything up, and you want to reach the person you want to be with. You want to be with somebody who's maybe a little bit crazy, wacky, unusual, someone who makes you feel alive, Scorpio. And yeah, your thoughts are very much turning to the future and what the possibilities could be like being with such a person. And the age difference doesn't look to me like it matters too much. Although one of you may have more in the material sense than the other. Still, however, it may make no rational sense, this relationship. It may make no rational sense to anybody that knows you, but to you, somehow it does. So I think you're going to have a very emotional couple of weeks, but the emotions are going to show themselves more by the activities or lack of activities going on around you than the actual emotions that are spoken about. You know, Scorpio, you're okay though. Somehow you're digging deep. This is the King of Cups. So it's Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer energy. You may be feeling like you just want to go deep, deep, deep emotionally, and you'll connect with good and bad emotions around that person that you care about. You have Moon in Virgo here. So if you're connected to the sign of Virgo, then there is a good chance to work through this. That's what Spirit is saying. The chance to boost health and vitality is here as well, and it leads to more satisfaction. So the physical side of life is very, very important. The sexual side of life is very, very important here to both partners. So especially if you're with an earth sign, especially if you're with a Virgo. One or two of you may know someone with a burn on their body. It could be a burn concentrated in one area, or it may be concentrated in an area that is exposed and seen easily. But I feel a burn on one or two of you. And if that's the case, then I get the impression that there may have been a very oppressive parent around you, could even be a step parent or adopted parents, and psychologically that's affected you. And then the burn or the scarring, that's affected you a lot. Scorpio, you face some challenging times ahead emotionally, with where you want to go and what you want to do. And I think it's you. If we can see the red in the legs in the Hanged Man, then we see the red in the head area of the Nine of Cups. And then we see that the red has gone to the shoulders here. We've got a little bit in the crown and just behind the cup. All right. So to me, that's saying, I don't want to give up on this relationship. You make me angry. You take me to the very nth degree emotionally of my limits. But I still want you. I still love you. So this is an interesting and unusual relationship here, going through a very difficult period. And don't know, you both want to hang in there for each other somehow. You want to look to the future, you want to manage it. Some of you may even want to move house to what feels like a very small area, very small village in a coastal area. Kind of, I see you almost like wanting to tuck yourselves away and be private. If you're moving within a city situation, then you may find yourself in a cul-de-sac, or there may be something odd about your front door not being at the front of a property but being along the side or the back of a property. Just feels to me like you are becoming difficult to find within the address that you live at. So my lovely friends, I say this period here where you're feeling stuck, that will move on. It will move on. And any hurt that you're feeling, any old grief that you're feeling, if you've lost a dog or a cat, a pet, you're going to be feeling what I'm saying so much more. And Spirit wants you to know that with the loss, Spirit is around you. Spirit is trying to bring you comfort through one or two people coming into your life or coming round that you have now more access to. Recognize the love around you. Where it's being offered, take it, Scorpio. It's building you back up again. So I hope that helps for now. And all the very best, Scorpio, for the next few days, the next couple of weeks. And I'll see you here again very soon. And thank you for listening. Bye for now.